So next up tonight we have the amazing Underdogs. It's a sketch comedy duo, single and looking for love, but not with each other. Okay, so guys, have a good one. Hands together, please. Thank you.
So we're the Underdogs and we're trying out a couple of new sketches right now. Can you hear? Not really. Okay. Keep it down. We don't have a mic. Thanks. They're not facing this, so fuck them. This is our first sketch. It's an Australian soap called Up Over Down Under.
Listen, Sandrine. It's time I told you. I'm having a baby.
Christ! Well, how do you know?
I just know.
Christ!
And I don't think I'm the mother.
Christ! Well, if you're not the mother, then who the hell is?
You are.
Christ! Well, why didn't you tell me sooner?
I'm sorry.
Christ! When's it due?
Today.
Christ!
Sorry, Lisa, let's have a drink.
I can't drink, I'm heavily pregnant.
Oh, Christ, I'm so sorry.
It's okay, listen, because, well, there's something I've been meaning to tell you.
Okay.
You know the Small Hadron Collider I've been building underneath the Lucas's house?
Yeah?
Well, I've accidentally gone and created the Higgs boson.
Christ, Sandrine, what does that mean?
Well, it means I've got us into a bit of a pickle over inertia and the relationship between mass and energy.
Well, that's like questioning the whole way the universe is created.
I know!
You mean to tell me that we could be caught in some kind of relativistic space-time continuum?
Well, that's what Dot seemed to think when I saw her this morning at Aunt Betty's christening fiasco.
Christ, Sandrine, what does the Higgs boson discovery mean for the baby?
Well, it means that you're going to have it before we find out it's mine.
Christ, it isn't it!
Well, open the window.
I can't!
Why not?
Stop!
Well, that's because of friction.
God, what do we do?
Well, we have to work out the coefficient of friction.
We can't!
Why not?
We don't have time. We've got the Spencer's barbecue in half an hour, and I haven't even made the potato salad.
Well, we've got to
We
try.
can't. Friction is not a fundamental
Oh,
force.
right, it's an electromagnetic force between an electron and an atom.
It must be found empirically.
Wait a minute.
Aw.
It was locked. Slides up like a tree. Inspector Moss, this is new, so we may fuck it up. Get the joy on. Let's cut the small talk, shall we, Mrs. Smith, and get to the point.
Yes, Constable, of course.
Inspector, Detective Inspector Moss.
Oh, thank you not to touch me, Inspector.
Mrs. Smith, where were you at the time of your husband's murder?
I was on the sofa.
And where was your husband?
He was also on the sofa.
Is it a two-seater?
No, it's a very large sofa. It can fit at least 4 people comfortably.
IKEA? I'm sorry, Mrs. Smith. I'm going to have to ask you some very difficult questions.
Yes, of course, I'm sorry. I'm just very emotional.
I understand. Now, at the time your husband was murdered, were you actually aware that he was being murdered while sitting next to you?
Not really, no.
Well, did you notice anything unusual about him?
He seemed quite distant.
Anything else?
How do you mean?
Well, did he seem to be in any sort of distress?
No, I mean, I could see the blood flying out of him, but...
Did you notice anyone, say, unusual in the room?
No, I don't think so. Well, there was a man wearing a mask, branching enough. But Detective, do you really think this is relevant?
Mrs. Smith, when did you actually realise your husband had in fact been murdered?
It was the end figure of Dibley. He normally laughs, and he was very quiet.
Didn't you find that kind of strange?
Yes, but as I said...
Well, then why did it take you a further 3 days to inform the police?
So you're insinuating, Detective.
Mrs. Smith, do you recognise this man?
Yes, it's Jimmy Tarver.
And do you recognise this man?
Judy Dent.
Right, Mrs. Smith, I believe that on the night of your husband's murder at approximately 3:33 p.m, you walked into the kitchen and calculated and picked up an egg slicer.
No!
Then at 4:33 p.m, you carefully touched 3 times your Gordon Ramsay cooking book that your husband had given you for a laugh 52 days prior to his murder.
No, it's not true.
good here, wouldn't you?
Possibly.
I would say that's a cracking CV, wouldn't you?
I don't
Mrs.
know.
Smith?
Yes, baby, whatever you say.
Mrs. Smith, are you a fully paid up member of equity?
No, but...
Are you on Spotlight?
No, but... I'll thank you to take your hands off me, Inspector.
Mrs. Smith, let's face it, you're not qualified to play this role, are you?
I am. I've murdered loads of people. I have.
That'll be all. Thank you, Mrs. Smith. There's no further questions. You're free to go.
No, please wait.
No.
No,
Get
please.
out before I have to call security.
You don't understand. I only have one line on Down Syndrome Abbey in a small part in a police reenactment video.
You're
Please.
no talent time waste to get out.
Please. Can I give you my headshot?
No.
Wait a minute.
What?